Hi, this is a review of the order system trading activity for August 30th, 2021. We had 7 trades on that day, 5 were buys, 2 were short sells. First trade was ILMN. That's Illumina Incorporated. It tripped at 12:10:37 p.m. at a price of 458.20. 458.20. It was a short sell. It closed the day at 457, down 1.63%, so that's a positive outcome. Check the indicators. Okay, volume consistently going down. MACD came down, but MACD averages showing that they recovered in the afternoon, but you can see in the day though it was coming down again, so averages were down on tripping, not too much, that they went up a little bit, stabilized somewhat I guess. The eye actually showing much more negative movement, in fact, not positive until mid-afternoon and then moving down a little bit. And Bollinger Band basically showing, pretty much a steady decline till middle of the afternoon, and that bump up in the middle of the afternoon and then a decline again. So stock technically overall was moving down. Next trade was DPW. That's Alt Global Holdings Incorporated, tripped at 12:15:05 p.m. at a price of 12.48. It was a buy. It closed the day at 250, up 2.04%, so that's another positive. We'll take a look at that. Indicator-wise, OBV consistently moving up. So volume looks like it was moving up. MACD up, up. MACD seems to be fairly upwards. You see, end of the day though, it looks like it was dropping down. So it looks like some negative movement at the end of the day. DI pretty much shows pause for most of the day. It was fairly strongly positive also for most of the day. So, and Bollinger Band shows a steady incline, and then you can see the end of the day there where it was dropping off a little bit, but not extensive. The stock overall was moving positive for the day. Next trade is ARRY. That's Array Technologies Incorporated, tripped at 12:35:11 p.m. at a price of 19.34. It was a buy. It closed the day at 18.92 and it was down 2.07%. So let's see. Yeah, you can see, look, it came up here, tripped up here when it was recovering, and then for the rest of the afternoon it basically declined. A little bit of a jump in the mid-afternoon, but for the most part that stock was moving down again after it tripped positive. And OBV came up and then dropped. MACD came up and you can see the averages stayed down for the rest of the afternoon. DI down, Bollinger Band down. Yeah, no, that stock, there's just no possibility there for that stock. It looks like it was moving negative for the most part. The stock was down from previous close, so it was down. Just happened to catch a little bit there during that jump period. Next trade is FIS. It's Fidelity National Information Services Incorporated. Tripped at 12:37:09 p.m. at a price of 127.14. It was a short sell. It closed the day at 127.22, down 1.07%. Ooh, yeah, look at it. Pretty much moving sideways, this stock, so we just happen to catch it a little bit. See, it's somewhat caught around here. 126, 126, 126, 126. A good portion of the afternoon, it was down below its tripping price on a regular piece. It just happened to be at the end of the day. It just jumped up a little bit above its tripping price, but For the afternoon period, it was pretty much was down below its tripping price on multiple occasions, so there was opportunity to get out there on somewhat a regular basis. Even though you could see it didn't come down a lot below its tripping price, it did move down below it, and that stock would have been something you would have had to monitor on a regular basis just to see its activity. You would see just by monitoring also the price that someone's moving sideways, and the potential of it moving heavily in the direction that it indicated probably is not too strong, at least after it tripped. LBV came down, and somewhat looks like volume was recovering at the afternoon period. MACD came down, but somewhat averages came back up in the afternoon. DI though was good. DI showing that it came down and stayed negative pretty much in the negative range pretty much the rest of the afternoon, even though you could see it was bouncing back and forth, which is showing that sideways movement activity. And Bollinger Band actually shows it did come down. It was moving down pretty much on a consistent basis, just a little bit of an incline at the end of the day. So technically that stock was moving down, just not heavily. Next trade is MARA. That's Marathon Digital Holdings Incorporated. Tripped at 3:10:13 p.m. at a price of 40.01. Was a buy. Closed the day at 40.54, up 0.85%. So that's another positive. And we'll have to see at the indicators for that. Volume consistently moving up, which is good. MACD. MACD was up pretty much positive for most of the day, and you can see it's where it came down a little bit in mid-afternoon and shot up. So MACD averages were coming up in the afternoon, late afternoon period, which is where it tripped. DI shows pretty much a positive activity for most of the day, which is good. Fairly strongly positive too. And Bollinger Band just shows a steady incline. That stock definitely was moving up. Next trade is RPC. That's Range Resources Corporation. Tripped at 3:20:04 p.m. at a price of $14.90. It was a buy. It closed the day at $14.78, down 2.91%. So, and that tripped at 3:20. Yeah, look, it tripped here and then dropped. So that stock doesn't look to be potentially okay. So you see, came up here and then dropped. Came up, dropped. Came up, dropped, and dropped. All the indicators, closing period time, are showing a negative outcome, and unfortunately, they're showing as much negative direction as positive direction. So there's nothing there that's indicating the stock was moving in one direction or the other one very heavily, and just happened to be it tripped, but didn't maintain its trip. So that's a negative for sure. And next trade is RDHL. Red Hill Biopharma Limited, tripped at 3:36:33 p.m. at a price of $8.60. Buy. It closed the day at $8.59, up 10.70%. 336. Yeah, see, it tripped and then came down. Didn't maintain it. But it didn't go down too much below its tripping price, and again, the price rise percentage is actually quite high, which is good. Volume looks like a consistent moving up. MACD is up, DI is up, Bollinger Band is up. So that's a possible for sure. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's all the stocks. We had 4 out of 7 positive, which is 57%, and we had 6 out of 7 possible, which is 85%. So that's how the day went. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.